Hello and welcome to Olive Tree Lab Terrain. In this video we will demonstrate some of the basic features of this software. We're going to start by opening the ESA's standard configuration that contains a source, a barrier and a receiver. Double-clicking on the barrier opens the barrier panel. On the top you can see the barrier shape title, and below it a drop-down list that you can choose between 4 different barrier shapes: the B, Gamma, Delta and I barrier. Click your selection and the viewport is automatically updated. Below you can choose between the thin or thick barrier type. Another way of converting the barrier is by right-clicking it inside the viewport and selecting from the menu. I'm going to right-click it again and choose the thin I barrier. Now, continuing inside the barrier panel, you can see the section where you can define the dimensions of the barrier. I'm going to set the height to 4. As you can see, the height was automatically updated inside the viewport. Scrolling down, you can see the section where you can change the material of the barrier depending on its flow resistivity properties. I'm going to select the average value of this selected material. Now I'm going to demonstrate how 2 different barrier types affect the sound propagation. I'm going to go to the Configurations Explorer and clone the existing configuration by choosing Clone Configuration and rename it to a thin Gamma. I'm also going to rename the main configuration to thin I. Let's go back to the thin Gamma configuration, and with the right click menu I'm going to convert it to a Gamma barrier. I'm going to select the same material for this barrier. Having prepared both of our configurations, we are now going to proceed to the calculation part. A feature of Terrain is the Show Paths to be Calculated, where you can display inside the viewport the paths that the sound is going to make between the source and the receiver. Double-clicking on a path opens the Paths Explorer, where you have information about each individual path. Now let's continue with running a precise calculation. After the calculations are completed, results are plotted inside the Results graph panel under the Precise Results tab. Inside this graph you can see 5 different curves: the noise criteria, the levels before and after the barrier, the insertion loss, and the excess noise levels. Now I'm going to conduct the same calculations with the thin I configuration. Click the Run Precise Calculations, and as you see, the precise results have been updated according to this configuration. Now toggling between the two of them, you can see that the gamma barrier has a stronger effect in sound propagation than the I barrier. Conducting precise calculation also plots a set of curves in high frequency resolution in the output window. We're going to see this window in a later on tutorial. Another feature of Terrain is the line source insertion tool. I'm going to create a new standard configuration. I'm going to make my barrier infinite. Remove the existing source by selecting it and clicking delete on the keyboard, and click on the line source tool. I'm going to choose 2 points inside the viewport. Finalize. Set the distance between the sources. And starting and ending height of the sources. I'm going to click OK, and the line source has been inserted. I'm going to change the calculation options, the number of top strongest paths to 80, and then conduct again a calculation. As you can see, the paths have been displayed and the results plotted. Thank you for watching.